What is up, guys? Kurt's in Northern Garage, back at it. Last video we tore everything apart, cleaned it, inspected it, and then painted it, and that's basically where we left off. So this video we're actually going to be putting back together all the rotors. I got them over on the bench there. All the oil control rings, side seal springs, apex seals, and all that stuff. We're gonna clearance all our side seals in this one, get the rotors built, and then probably stack the engine as well. Try and keep it light because it's been covered a few times. From there, I gotta figure out what the next step is. Again, if I'm gonna paint the engine bay or not, but a few other things I gotta get done before I put the motor back in. But yeah, this is gonna be me assembling this 13B. Alright, well, rotor number one is done. Got all the side seals clearance in it, got the side seal springs in it, corner seal springs in it, and the oil control rings and their springs in it. Apex seals, you always place them in when they're in the housing as how you do this apex seal springs. I'll do everything in the housings where you insert it kind of all at once. So now I just got to do the rear rotor, all the side seals and everything else. For it being my first time, it wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be, and it didn't take quite as long as I thought it would. Like, it's definitely a little nerve-wracking sitting there and you're just ever so lightly touching those side seals to the grinding stone. Obviously you saw I got the Dremel clamped just to my workbench, and then frequently checking to see, because you're basically grinding until they just fit and you still have spring retention. It isn't binding too bad. It isn't really binding. Yeah, really isn't that bad. I figure another hour or so, have the rear rotor back together, and then I'll release all the springs and seals in it, and then I can get to stationary gear, rotate, and then stacking everything in there. So hopefully my labeling comes into play now. And then again, that factory service manual is gonna help me a ton with all this. I think the Haynes is actually also pretty good. I used to have one, lost it a while ago. So now we'll run into that back rotor and see what we do. All right, well, the rear rotor is done as well now. All the corner seals, springs, side seals, springs are in. Oil control rings and springs are in. So front iron on the engine stand over there. Gotta put in the stationary gear, and then from there, rotate it and start stacking things. This is a pretty huge muscle. Yeah, this went way faster than I thought it would. Wasn't as bad as I thought it would, to be honest. One last thing before I am 100% done with these. I'll take an apex seal and then just make sure all my corner seals are nice and lined up, because at least for the bottom, so obviously this is rear rotor with the gear side, so this is up. But on the oil side, I cannot adjust these corner seals to line them up. Once it is down in the iron or against the iron, so it's important that I line them all up now, and then that way, when it is time, I can just drop the apex seal straight in and it won't catch. I don't have to worry about pulling the rotor back out and losing side seal and springs. I'll start throwing it back together on the engine stand. It's pretty exciting. And this has been super exciting stuff. I've enjoyed every minute of this. Took a bit of time off kind of the motor over the Christmas break. Thought I'd put in a whole bunch of hours, but I really didn't. Didn't actually spend much time out here in the garage. It's more about just catching up on relaxing. So it's nice to get back out here and get back into this. It always feels great just wrenching on stuff. I don't know about you guys, but doing stuff like this, just, yeah. Absolutely love it. There's nothing I'd rather be doing than this. I get so much enjoyment out of this. That being said, I don't know about you guys. I get a ton of enjoyment out of this, but there are days where I absolutely hate what I'm doing. I've done a good number of things that have absolutely sucked to do, but in the end was worth it. Vehicle application wise. Maybe you guys have too. Let me know in the comments. Love to hear it. Wow, I was not impressed myself on that. So yeah, that small apex seal spring is out. Had to go all the way down to find it. All the way, and of course on the first rotor, when I'm pulling that one apart, dropped another one. When I was pulling, actually when I was pulling one, anyways, I'm sure it's happened to other people. That sucked. Not do that again. Okay, that one's in. Wow, that was so disappointing. All right, well, it's the next day. GoPro died on me at some point when I was sitting there talking, putting in apex seals, I think. So GoPro died. I just had some momentum going, wanted to just keep going. So got all the dowel pins in and torqued, and that's basically where I left off. Now I gotta build the front stack, measure the I guess eccentric shaft play, and then actually put it back together, get the front cover on it. And then yeah, actually of course, greasy hands. I got it pretty dirty, the white at least, so I'll find a way to clean it. Tried using some brake clean. Paint did not like that, so we'll try some soapy water or something. If not, I'll just, more masking and more paint. So let's get back into putting it together. Oh, now I gotta turn over the first time to see how it sounds. Tell you what, it's a lot tighter to turn over than the previous one. It has such good like suction noises. Like I'm really happy with the consistent pulses coming out of it. So we turn it over, we'll measure end play out of the eccentric shaft with the dial indicator, and then I'll probably wrap up this video. We'll do the rest of the buttoning up. Not film it. This doesn't need to be an hour-long episode. And then yeah. Next we'll be diving back into the chassis. So thanks for watching, team. Catch you on the flip side.